Hello everyone, this is a short video to make a brief review of this Pashley Morgan 110 bicycle. The reason I'm making this review is because there's only one review of this bike on YouTube and it is a bit of an awkward review, so I wanted to make a more technical one and point towards what's very beautiful and wonderful about this bike and what you often don't get with other bicycles. You can find all the details on what is this model. It was a limited edition, an anniversary model for the 110th birthday, 110th anniversary of the Morgan Motor Company. I'll leave that because you can find all this information on the internet, how they collaborated between Pashley and Morgan and how they ended up with this design and why this specific model is so special. I'll go right to the technical bit. To say it right away, the only downside of this bicycle is that it has disc brakes. I know there's no way they can avoid that now. Pashley has to offer bicycles with rim brakes because there's no way they're going to sell bikes without disc brakes. But it's just the usual bit annoyance of disc brakes. It's more expensive, it's heavier, it's more maintenance, it makes this fork stiffer, it makes the frame heavier and stiffer. It's just it makes the hub less strong, the wheel less strong because of the bracing angle. This bike would be absolutely perfect with rim brakes, but there's no way this is going to happen. So apart from that, everything else is absolutely wonderful about this bike. I just wanted to point toward what's not often said when you can read or listen to reviews of this bike. First of all, it's very, very well designed. In general, there's a lot of thought that went into this bike and a lot of care for detail. It's 650B wheel set, which means you have big tires. It comes with 48 slick tires. I've changed them for 48 Hutchinson touring because I'm riding a lot of road with it. You have big tires with big fenders, with full length aluminum fenders, and you still have no toe overlap. You have low standover because of the smaller wheels. The wheel is stronger, the wheel is lighter. It's just wonderful that you can still get some bikes out of the box in 650B. And the frame design, as you can see, is very enjoyable for I would say non-competitive cyclists. It has very short seat stays at 424. I guess it's because of the Morgan design of sports car with the rear wheel very close to the seat and a very long front end. And indeed, when you look at the bike, it has definitely something of a sports car look. But the short seat stay isn't an issue in and of itself because it has such a long front end, because the head angle is very open at 69. I would say very open for let's call it a touring bike that it basically is, or a commuter city bike that it can be. So end angle is 69 with a very long fork offset, meaning that your front wheel, I think fork offset is 60. So your front wheel is way up front, meaning that the length of the bike is very generous, and it's a joy to ride, especially because the bottom bracket is very low. It's a 68 bottom bracket drop with 650B wheels, meaning that your bottom bracket is very low. If you're riding off-road like I do, you're gonna get some pedal stroke, that's guaranteed, but I'll take that any day of the week because you can. It's such a pleasure to ride a bike with a low bottom bracket and a long wheelbase. It corners beautifully. It's very stable when you ride. No-handed. It just keep a straight line. That's great. Because it has a long fork offset, it's quite of a twitchier steering than it would be with a usual 69 steering angle, meaning that you can load up the front and have still a very let's say nice handling feel. I guess it's what it's made for. If you buy Pashley Morgan 10, it comes with a front rack, let's say basket rack, to load the front of the bike. But as you can see, it has eyelets for a rear rack, very beautiful eyelets for a rear rack, and it has underneath the fork eyelets for, I don't know if we can see that, yeah, you can see it here, eyelets for a front rack. It comes with fenders, with aluminum fenders, painted in the same scheme of the bike. And now for the more technical details. It's made out of Reynolds 725. The usual Pashley Morgan are made out of Reynolds 631. So I guess the reason why they went for 725 is because they used a lighter tube set for this bike. It's usually the reason why you pick 725, because it's heat treated. It allows you to have a bit of a thinner tube set, and it's fillet brazed, unpolished, but fillet brazed, which is very unusual. I mean, you don't get that very often, and it's, I have to say, rather well made for fillet brazed unpolished. Especially the bottom bracket is quite neat. I didn't expect that, because it's not a bike from a custom builder that cost like 3 times the price of this bike. So this is very nice touch to have it fillet brazed, and of course it's not polished, because it would cost probably another 500 euros to have it polished. And it comes in what they call champagne color, which I thought when I saw the pictures is plain gray. It's just gray, but it's not. It has a very, very beautiful sparkle. I hope we can see that on the camera. I'll try to focus on it. Wait a minute. And it's a very, very nice color. Let's see if we can get that. Let's see if we can get that here. Does it focus? It doesn't. Like, it focuses here on the down tube. So you can see it on the down tube. It has a very beautiful sparkle. Very indeed champagne sparkle. Yeah, look at that. If you see it in real, under the sunlight, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's so beautiful. It's the nicest gray I've ever had. I never thought I'd buy a bike in gray, because I thought it's dull, but it's wonderful. It's so elegant. And this is what, of course, you probably realize first, is if you have one of these bikes, it's probably the most elegant bike you'll ever buy. It's so beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. But what I wanted to point to, that's more important, that what you very seldom get with, let's say, mainstream bike that you buy. First of all, I bought this bike for 1,900 euros. If you buy a newer model, a Pashley Morgan 10 or a Prospero, which is the same frame, you'd still, it's a bit more expensive, but it's still like something 2,500 euros, which is, when you compare it to the prices of bikes today, it's really affordable. And for that, it comes with great attention to detail. So first of all, it comes with a real front badge, a real metal front badge from Pashley, and they went the extra mile to, instead of having the sticker of the Reynolds tubing that's a bit out of style with the bike, they made their own, they printed their own label for the Reynolds 725 tubing, so that it fits great with the bike's design. And they have this beautiful metal shield for the specific model. If you look at the bike, it's very elegantly designed with only 3 colors. It's champagne, black and silver. There's no like disturbing extra color. So every component that's not black or not silver is I mean, the frame is gray, and every all the components are black or silver. And now the small details that makes all the difference. Well, of course, there's this stem cap with the number of your bicycle out of the 110 bikes they made for this anniversary. But things where other bike brands would usually save money and where they didn't, and that's beautiful, that first of all the bike comes basically like that. It comes ready to ride with pedals, with bell, with mud guards, with bottle cage, and actually with a very, very beautiful water bottle from Colorado out of stainless steel that I sadly forgot to take with me today. The only thing I had to this bike, I added the headlamp and the kickstand. That's it. Otherwise, you can, out of the box, ready to ride. It comes with other pedals, with more, let's say, city-oriented pedals. And because I'm riding a lot of road, I bought this MKS Bretzel pedals that have a very wide platform and that spin wonderfully like MKS pedals do. But apart from that, it comes already ready to ride, which is becomes very seldom these days. And it comes with an actual real bell that works in it. I mean, this very famous Pashley bell, the ding dong bell. It's a two-tone bell. It's big, it's heavy. If you're racing, you can take it up. But if you're racing, you're probably not racing on this bike. And apart from that, it comes with Dior group set and with a full proper Dior 1x10 group set. Usually when the bike is spec'd with Dior, you have like a shifter and rear derailleur, and the brakes are already of a lesser grade. They usually are these MT, how they call, like MT40 something, that the Shimano cheaper brakes, but it's real Dior group set. It's Dior brakes with Dior shifters, Dior derailleurs, Dior cassette, because usually you get a cheaper cassette, Dior brakes caliper, and it has, as far as I know, these are not the Dior rotors, because Pashley probably thought they were too ugly, and they mounted there, other nicer looking rotors in this bike. But of course, it doesn't come with the Dior chain set, because that would be way awful looking on a bike like this. So it comes with a very beautiful crankset from GB. It's big, it's 130 BCD, so it means the smallest. It comes with a 42 chainring up front and a 1142 at the back, which is great for city, for riding around it. But I live in a very hilly place, and I'm pulling the trailer with my daughter in it most of the time with this bike. So I needed to gear down, so I put a 38 up front and a 1146 at the back, so now I'm spinning really nicely. Now, for the really nice things that you don't get usually, it comes with a bottle cage. It could be any bottle cage, any cheap bottle cage, but they went the extra mile and mounted a Nito stainless steel brazed bottle cage on this bike, which is probably the nicest looking bottle cage you can get. Look at that. I mean, look at the way it's welded together. It's so nice, and it's so slender and beautiful looking. There's no reason why they should do that. It's just luxury. They could have put the cheapest bottle cage on it, or not at all, like you'd get on any bike, but they didn't. I mean, of course, if you know Pashley, the frame is made in England, and the bike is fully builded, brazed, painted, assembled in England. It comes with, instead of a generic cheap headset, because usually people don't worry too much about it, it comes with, I hope you can see that, with a Tange Seiki headset, which is a very, very, very nice headset. It's actually way too nice for a first mount on the bike. it comes with wheels, built-in house wheels with these are Mach 1 rims from the French company Mach 1, and I guess that the spokes are from Mach 1 as well, because the chances are good they ordered the spokes as well. And it comes with butted spokes, which seems obvious these days to have butted spokes, but don't forget that usually if you buy a bike for 3,000, sometimes 4,000 euros, it doesn't always come with butted spokes. Let's say the DT Swiss wheels, for example the mountain bike DT M 1900, they have straight spokes, and it's already a good aluminum wheel set. It comes on bikes that cost twice the price as this one, and it's a straight spoke wheel. You would be surprised how often you have straight spokes, non-butted spokes on bikes that are, let's say, mid-range. And they wouldn't have had to do that on this bike, because I guess the obvious customer for this bike couldn't care less if the spokes are butted or not. But they did it nonetheless, because it's better. It's lighter, it's stronger, it's more compliant. It's just better in all respects. This is what I find wonderful in this bike. I'm curious to check what bottom bracket they have, because I'm sure it's not the cheapest one. Here again, they have the hubs are from GB. It's, they tried to recreate the legendary GB brand a couple of years ago, and I guess it's died already now. But they are standard, like they're nice looking, but I guess just standard, probably Taiwanese made hubs. Let's say nothing special. They work. They do what the hub do. They're high flange enough that the bracing angle, especially on 650 wheels, is great. You have a very, very, very nice valve cap that's beautiful out of aluminum. It comes with the Brooks C15 saddle, which is a very nice choice, because it's a narrower saddle than the famous C17, and it's way nicer to ride when you have let's say lower stack, lower bar than your saddle, which is the idea of this bike. It should be ridden with a bit of I hope you can see that, a bit of a lower bar than your saddle, and that's basically it. I just wanted to point that some companies are still making bikes like this, and really paying attention and taking care and making them beautiful, not trying to go cheap on things that people don't see or don't care for. They could have gone with cheaper brakes. They could have gone with like factory built wheels, and it would have been just about the same, and they would have saved a lot of money on this bike, and they just didn't. Well, first of all, they could have stopped the production in England, but they keep on building these bikes in England, which is wonderful. Just another technical bit on this bike. So it has a stated weight limit of 120 kilos, which is of course 10 more than the usual 110 that you get on most bikes. But I guess it's very conservative, because wheels are 32 spokes, and the frame seems very tough, so it can definitely take much more than that. It's just bomb-proof, really. The wheels are so strong. You could like easily shave a kilo on the wheel with lighter tires, lighter, like say 24 spokes wheels and lighter rim, of course. But it's not really the idea of this bike. I ride this bike on mountain bike trails. I do jumps. Of course, nothing moves, nothing flexes. It's strong. It's stiff. The wheels are just reassuring. It's great. It's actually not extremely heavy, because it's about 13 kilos with everything on it, with fender and lights and kickstand and water bottle cage, and my saddle bag that I don't have here, my saddle bag with the tools and the bell. So you could easily strip it down, I would say 1.5 kilo, to make it, so to speak, race ready. So it's, let's say, and the pedals are extremely heavy. These MKS pedals are like 500 something gram, 550. So you could easily bring this bike down to below 12 kilos. It's the same, let's say, it's the same weight as a Ricci Ascent, I would say, and it's basically the same size and destination of a bike, but it's nicer looking. Let's be honest. A last word on the geometry. It's a longish top tube because it's meant to be ridden with swept swept back bars. So make sure that you size properly, especially for the Prospero, which is the same frame, but it comes with drop bars or flat bars or swept back, and of course it makes a very big difference. I hope I did Pashley justice with the reviews of this bike. I just wanted to point out to what was really special about it, and what how bikes should be made for people who are just riding with bikes. I mean, I bring my kid to school with this bike. I ride on the mountain bike trail, I ride on the road. Of course, I'm not doing any KOM. I'm not gonna join the group ride with it. But the truth is, I mean, this is the bike that most people would need most of the time for most of the things that they're doing. It's of course extremely comfortable. It has real full-length fenders, so I just ride it year-round, and it's great. It's wonderful, and it's so beautiful looking. It's really as beautiful looking as anything, really. I highly recommend this bike, and of course you can still get some exemplary of this anniversary model, strangely enough, and you definitely should, because there are a couple of features in it that are, it's just a nicer frame than the usual Pashley Morgan, and of course the Pashley the anniversary bits that you don't always get, like the stem cap. Anyway, I hope this was interesting and informative for you out there, and wish you a nice day. And I will have a very nice ride on this beautiful autumn day. Have a nice time riding your bike, and see you in the next video.